just got the call that we are a go for Baleing. Thought I'd do a live stream today instead of doing a video. So if you're new to this channel, thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions about what we do, about our farm, feel free to leave a comment down below. And enjoy the live stream. I'll try to stay chatty with it as much as I can, not being too distracted, but might seem a little bit funny because I'm trying to pay attention to what's going on inside the stacker and then trying to look down and see if you guys have any messages or comments or anything. But yeah, here we go. We're off at 5 to do today, and I'm gonna try to do maybe a couple live streams throughout the day. Depends. Just kind of depends on how my battery on my phone goes and also on my GoPro. The funny thing about going live on a GoPro is that you have to turn on your wireless hotspot. So I've got to keep my camera plugged in, and then my phone is also draining battery because of the mobile hotspot. So hopefully I'll be able to go live for a while. Yeah, we're about a mile away from the farm, so we're going to be running 3 stackers today just to try to keep up with the 4 balers we got. And I'm going to apologize in advance if my seat starts squeaking like crazy. I wanted to try and throw some WD-40 on it before I left, but I didn't quite get a chance to. So the cool thing about these stackers is once you're on the road, right now I'm going about 40 miles an hour, which is the speed limit. So you can really cruise in these things, which is awesome. You've got fields a couple miles away from your... Stick some leaves. That's the one thing you got to watch out for. Beginning of the season, you're always trimming back all the trees that people on. That's the funny thing about people, that they see you coming in these stackers and they're like frozen. They don't know what to do, even when you're waving them on to flip and move out of the way. That's the other thing. I'm going to try really hard not to curse, but if I do throw some F-bombs or anything out there, I do apologize for that. But anyways, the beginning of the season, you end up trimming back a bunch of the tree limbs that grow over the roads, because these things are like, I think, what, 14 feet high, or 14, yeah, 14 feet, 8 inches high. We've even struck some power lines before, which that's never fun. So there's a lot that you gotta kind of worry about, you know, when you're going down the road with these things. But yeah, we are just about to field. Alright. Yep, they are started, and it looks like they are just about all the way around it. Nervous about that telephone line. Low for a second. But anyways, alright. We are ready to rock and roll. Now so far it's just me starting. We let the 3 balers, well, okay, we got 3 balers going right now. The other 2 guys that will be here are on the rakes, raking up the other fields that we gotta do. So once they're done raking, one of them is going to hop back on the hop on the other baler, the fourth baler, and then my brother, he's going on the other stacker, along with my dad, who's going on his stacker. So we're gonna be rolling 4 balers and 3 stackers just as fast as we can keep up with them, because it's gonna go fast. And that's the one really nice thing about running stackers, is that it makes the day fly by. It's kind of funny when you're in a baler all day long and you're putzing along at 2 miles an hour. It just seems like your day is just a dragging. But then when you're in a stacker, it's like you're going at high speeds the whole time, and it's like, next thing you know, it's 4 o'clock and you're like, oh shit, day's almost over with. Not too bad. Fun. This is a thick field, thick rye field. Should get a decent amount of straw just from this one field. Now hopefully all of my bales stay together. That's the one tough thing about rice straw, is that sometimes it's too damn dry, these New Holland balers love to make banana bales. And when you're running these stackers and you go to pick up a banana bale, it just busts apart. You gotta hop out, throw it all out, so somebody can rebale it. Makes for a real fun day when you go about 10 feet and then have to get out, and then go about another 10 feet and get out. But we'll keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully it's alright today. That's new to this channel, make sure you subscribe for more videos. I really do appreciate it, and that helps the channel out. Helps us all out, because then it's pushed out to more people. The more you like and comment and subscribe, the more people get to see it. And I love farming. I've been farming since I was a kid. Our family farm, and there's really nothing else that I can see myself doing. And I think it's beautiful. It's a lot of fun. A lot of beautiful scenery goes along with farming. And you know, I started this channel to kind of just bring that beauty and to bring our part of farming to everyone else. Because a lot of people, they see New York, or they think of New York and they're like, oh, it's nothing but city. When reality is that the majority of New York is nothing but farmland. That you've got obviously New York City, that is such a tiny aspect of the state of New York, and everybody just thinks that you're automatically from the city. Now there are cities, obviously, in the state, but compared to the whole state, I mean, they're minuscule compared to the amount of farmland that's in New York. New York is huge on dairy. There's a lot of really big dairy farms. There's a lot of apple farms. I want to say New York might be like the second largest dairy state in the country. And it might be the #1 apple state. I don't know. I can't remember. I used to know, but it might be different now. I can't remember. But actually, I've got to hop out because I just had a bale tip over on my first table. So I got to go flip that back. I'll be right back. really get to see when I'm making a video because I'm usually chopping that part out. But because we're doing a live stream, you guys are going to see all the raw material that goes on with this stuff, all of the pickups and whoopsie daisies and all that fun stuff. Yeah, I've only been here for like what, maybe 10 minutes? No, maybe 5 minutes, I don't know. But just in that amount of time, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 windrows of bales. Because the 3 balers have already gone around once. So when you're running 3, 4 balers, the amount of bales accumulates so fast. And like I said, it is all we can do for 3 stackers to keep up with these guys. Come on, bale, let's go. Going about 10 miles an hour in the field. Kind of give you guys an idea. Except right now I just slowed down. But when you're doing hay bales, it's a lot easier to go faster because they're like quite a bit sturdier bales. If that makes sense. The straw bales are pretty spongy. So you kind of end up wanting to go a little slower. about 82 degrees today. Wind is blowing pretty strong out of the south. Perfect day for drying and baling. We were honestly not expecting to bale today, but we got the sun finally came out yesterday afternoon because we cut this rye about, I want to say almost a week ago, and we got rain, quite a bit of rain over the weekend. I think we got about an inch of rain up at the farm and about 2 inches, it seemed like, over where I live. And all this straw got rained on, and we honestly didn't think it was going to make it until Monday. Today's Thursday, so thankfully the warm weather and the sunlight finally bleached it out enough, and we were able to bale it today. Bales that are all the same size. I keep hearing from everybody about those Heston balers making nothing but the same size bale every time. Look at this. I mean, you can see them. I got probably 3.5 foot bale, and then this one coming up is like a 3 foot bale, and that one's like almost a 4 foot bale. I mean, come on. Same baler, same windrow, same speed. Whole 9 yards, come on. Right now we got 2 tied tier up. We got 2 more tier to go. God damn it. I knew it was gonna fucking fall. Sorry for racing. I'll be back. watcher. Alright. Grass hay? No, we're doing rye straw. Doing fun rye straw. See, a lot of people will plant rye for either cover crop or like to combine it. We do a lot of horse tracks and things of that nature, horse hay and horse, you know, tracks. And the horse tracks, they love the rye straw because it's the prettiest straw in their opinion, which is great. And they love it. We'll make it, we'll sell it to them, but I'll tell you what, it is a pain in the ass because it takes about 5 days to dry in the bleach because you cut it when it's green. And if you wait too long to cut it and there is grain in the heads, it takes even longer to dry because you've got all that moisture inside the grain. And then when you're baling it, it's even more of a pain in the butt. So there's a fine line window to harvesting rye straw. We've been doing it for a long time, so some years are better than others. So far, knock on wood, this has been a pretty good year. We are about half done with our rye straw crop. And after today, we'll be about 3/4 done. And we'll have, well, actually we mowed this morning. We mowed a pretty good sized field this morning. And then we've got another pretty good sized field. I guess we've got like, after today, we've probably got like 25 acres to go. So yeah, we're about, after today, we're about 3/4 done with our rye straw, but we are ready to do hay any day. We just kind of have to have the weather for it. It's been nice, but it's been rainy every like 4 days, 4 to 3 days. Which, if you're making hay, you know that you want it. If you're making horse hay, you know you need at least 3 full days of no rain and sunshine and hot weather. And that's what we do on our farm. We make horse hay and we make straw, and then, you know, we combine. We've got 3 combines, and we're running to get all the grain. How much do the bales run? How much do they cost, or how much do they weigh? They cost, for us, if we're selling them by the bale, we're charging like $6 a bale, I think. But a full tractor trailer load, we usually charge by the ton, and that I don't remember off the top of my head, to be completely honest. But if you're wondering how much do they weigh from 50 pounds to 65 pounds, so they're heavy. But honestly, I was throwing some bales up back there that I would honestly guess that they're like 70 pounds. There's some long ones back there that were pretty heavy. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, man. Thanks for the comments. Alfalfa hay here in Utah. Nice, man. Yeah, we do an alfalfa Timothy mix. Of course, and then you've got all the random grasses that grow, but we try not to grow just straight alfalfa. But that's cool, that's definitely a challenge. cam right here that you guys can't see my screen. But it still doesn't help because it's well, I mean it helps. It helps when I'm unloading to my right. But if I have to unload to my left, which is usually the case in the hay barn, there's no use for it. But it definitely comes in handy when we're doing the straw because it's always going to be to my right. And I didn't put this in. We actually got this stacker with the backup cam in it, so I kind of just lucked out because my dad had the first newish stacker. We've got old stackers, but like we got these new ones. My dad got the first new one, and then my brother got one, and then a few years later we got another one, but I was a lot younger, so I didn't run the stackers yet. But then once I got old enough and experienced enough, I got this stacker. It worked out. But I gotta go set the pole. I'll be right back. Operation, thank you. I appreciate it. We got a lot going on, that's for sure. So we set those poles up just to kind of stable the stack as we're pulling away from it. And if we didn't, those stacks would probably not stay there. Those straight poles come in handy quite a bit. Alright, and that's it. I am unloaded and heading back to the field. It goes pretty fast, especially when you're used to it. You can get back to the barn and unload it in about 5 minutes, and you are right back out to the field again. So what we do is we'll put all the stacks in that we do for the day, and in our barn, on top of the stack, you can fit another 4 layers till you get to the rafters. So what we do after today, will be most likely what we'll do tomorrow morning, is we'll have a huge amount of space where we can fit more bales on top of the stacks. So we've got a telehandler and a bale grab, and we'll stick, you know, on top of the stacks to then take the bale grab, take the stack down layer by layer, and each layer you set on top to the crew stacking it 4 more bales higher to get to the rafters. So we are utilizing as much space as we can once we get the stack drop. And you know, you can fit, I don't know, it's hard to tell. You could fit about maybe half a stack on top of a half a stack. Yeah, I'd say about that. So if we've got, like, say we drop 10 stacks today, we'll probably fit 4 or 5 stacks on the top of the closest ones that we've already stacked. If that makes sense. It's a lot easier for visual, but I've got other videos of us stacking them up on top, so you have to check out some of my other videos in the channel. But I'd also like to do some more recent ones here in the next few days of us doing that. So you'll have to check that out. If we didn't do that, we would need about 2 more barns, because we fill our barns to the brim, and they're not like regular barns. They're like like massive sheds, basically. I mean, they're barns, but like we call them barns. But yeah, it's definitely. I mean, if we could stack them higher than the rafters, then we probably would, because it seems like every year we're running out of space. We do about 300 or 400 acres of just straw, and that includes the small grains like the wheat, the triticale, the rye, the oats, the barley. So all those grains gets turned into straw bales, and then we do about 500 acres of hay, just the hay, and that's, you know, first cut in. If we can get second cut in, which we usually do, we'll do second cutting to another barn, and it's been a long time since we've done third cutting. But when I was a little kid, it seemed like we did third cutting every year. Yeah, another comment, that makes sense. Oh yeah. Yeah, when it gets to be summertime and we're doing straw and hay, I mean, it's like non-stop. We're either mowing, tedding, or baling, raking or baling, pretty much like every single week. Every other day, right? Not every other day, not that much, but it gets real busy. And I mean, the way the weather is in New York, it's so wishy-washy as far as like I wish summertime was like, oh, we never get rain for a month straight, but it's like we might get 4 or 5 days without rain and then have like a week of rain, and the more rain you get, the more weeds grow up, the more everything wilts and everything gets a mess. So it's like, when we get that window of opportunity, like say we got a week or 2 weeks of no rain, we're like balls to the wall getting shit done. And it's like, I mean, if we're bailing till 8 o'clock, we're bailing till 8 o'clock. It doesn't matter. I mean, I've been on some kind of tractor or piece of equipment for 12 hours, 13 hours straight many times. You might get a good day today. I mean, exactly like today, we've got 82 degrees, wind out of the south, and then tomorrow we've got a 67-70% chance of rain. So it's like we've got 5 fields to bale today, and if we don't, then we're tending back out again, doing the same process all over again. coming back up, trying to bail it. So it's like, when it's time to go, it's time to go. Do not stop. Upstate New York, yes sir. We are in the Finger Lakes region, in between the lakes. It's beautiful up here. It's not even close to the city. We're like 4 or 5 hours away from New York City. And that's what kills me. It's like everybody thinks New York is just New York City, and it's like, dude, there's so much farms in New York State. It's crazy. Farms and lakes. That's honestly, it's like the best thing about New York is the farms and the lakes. The cities, we could do without the cities. I can't stand the cities. And it sucks because New York City practically rules over the rest of us like we don't matter. And in my opinion, I wish that New York City was its own state and New York State could be an actual state and not be determined by the idiots in the city. Because they have no idea. Like our governor right now, she has no idea. They want to do the gun laws and all that stuff. And I don't want to get into politics. I could go on and on and on about all that. But regardless, New York State is very different from New York City. Never been there. That's awesome. Yeah, man. New York is beautiful. Check out, Google the Finger Lakes, and you'll be shocked of the amount of beautiful scenery that is in New York. I mean, I love it here. It's a lot of hills, a lot of woods, and a lot of lakes. And it's definitely somewhere that I've always wanted to stay. The fact that we've got a farm makes it even better. You can't beat the rule of farm life. You got that right. You got that right. Yeah, I've heard Long Island's nice. I've never been there, to be honest. I got a buddy who drives truck, and he tells me that Long Island looks a lot like upstate. I've only been to New York City once in my life, and that was like in 2015, I think. But yeah, I've heard Long Island's nice. That's cool. Sketchy thing about these stackers is that you feel it when you're on a hill. That's for sure. It's a little bit tippy. So you guys are on a farm in Utah making alfalfa. What do you guys use for balers? Do you guys like New Holland? What do you guys have? make a trip to upstate someplace soon. Yes, you should. You should definitely take a trip up here because it is beautiful. Big square bales, nice. Yeah, we got a lot of guys around us that's all they make is big squares. There's not a lot of people making small squares anymore. And to be honest, that's where we kind of have the market. Is that we make small squares and sell to horse people. There's a lot of people with horses in New York, and people with horses don't want to deal with big squares. They've got like the equipment, but most of the people around us, they just, you know, they got backyard horses or, you know, show horses or race horses, stuff like that. Some cases popular here are also John Deere's. John Deere tractors, nice. Yeah, that's all we run. We run John Deere tractors, and we'll probably always run John Deere tractors. We've ran New Holland balers my whole life, but from what I've heard about the Heston balers, they seem to be pretty popular right now, and I would honestly love to try one. Be right back, got another broken string. Reliable Heston baler, more reliable Heston balers. Yeah, that's what I hear. I don't think our New Holland dealers want to hear me say that we want to try a Heston baler, but hey, I want a consistent bale because of the well, because of the problems that we have with the stackers. When they're not the same size bale, you have stacks falling when they're not even, or you know, the same length. Makes more of a headache. And time is money. The more time you're wasting fixing problems, the more money you're That's what I'm saying. Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta flip another bale. Pretty common, especially when you're on hills and stuff. The bales just tend to just like flop over, and you don't want to leave it because then it'll mess up the height on the whole stack. Which that's not a big deal. All you got to do is run out and just flip the bale back over. So right now we've got 4 balers rolling in the field, 2 stackers, and pretty soon we'll have 3 stackers rolling. We are just about half done with this first field, and we've got 4 more to go. Get your exercise fixing bales, yeah, you know it. Yeah, everyone thinks when you're a farmer, you're just sitting on your butt all day. That is not always the case. Appreciate you commenting. This has been great. Really haven't had a good live stream like this yet. Most of the time I go live and nobody chats, so it's been fun. I really appreciate it. Trying to grow this channel. It's been a slow process, but we're gaining. It's really tough to try and set up the camera and then also get your job done without, you know, the boss getting mad at you. So I try to do it as much as I can, but it can be challenging. And then at the same time, I'm like trying to attach my camera, you know, on the outside of equipment, and then I'm like stringing it up, so making sure it won't fall off because, you know, the camera's not cheap. But we're gaining. Lives are fun. Yeah, they are. I want to do lives more often. And, you know, this is kind of the easiest way to do it. The stacker cabs are pretty quiet for the most part. You know, we've got old tractors. We run, we've got, I think, we got 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 4440s. So the cabs are not very quiet. And then we've got a 4240, which we run on a baler. And then we actually just got a fairly newer one. We got a 7210, which that's got a quiet cab. So that one I can do the live streams on, but it's tough when you're in a cab that's like, you've got to practically, like I feel like I'm kind of yelling just because I don't really know how loud it is, but in those tractors you're like practically yelling. I tried to do a video in there once, and I go to edit it and it was like you couldn't even hear my voice at all. Learning, that's right. I actually get to see what it's like, you know. crazy. I was actually chatting with a guy on YouTube who was commenting on my videos, who was telling me what he's doing. I think he said he was in North Dakota, and he's using the same stackers, but with 3-string bales. And he's like, oh, my tie tiers are completely different. How do yours even stay? And I'm like, I don't know, you know, just come on. There we go. All right. I gotta toss that bale off, throw another bale on. So he's like, I've been running, I don't know, I can't remember what he said, but I'd have to go back and read it, but it's definitely interesting to hear how other farmers do the same thing, but just a little bit different in their own way, you know, and it all depends on like how you said you're making big squares, and it's like, it's fun. It's fun that we're all farmers. But we all have our different categories, but it's like we're all doing the same thing, and that's farming because we love it, and it's fun. This whole farming community is so different compared to other professions and just other things in life. A whole nother appreciation of life, you know. Oh my word, these hills, man. It'll be fun the next few fields we got. It's like basically all on a hill. Yeah, where we are in the state, there's very few flat fields. There's more side hill fields than there are flat fields. But in other parts of the state, there's like a lot of flat area. And it's crazy. There's like, you go in between the lakes, and they are very hilly and up and down. A lot of woods, stuff like that. And then when you reach like past the lakes, when you're not in between them, there's a lot of flat land. But that's the thing that I love about where we are, is like you can be on a hill and see for miles. And like I don't know. You know, I've seen flatlands in the other parts of the state, and it's like you can only see a little bit. Maybe if there weren't trees, you could see for miles a lot easier. But like there's trees and stuff everywhere around here.